Okay, thank you very much. So far, I have 40 attendance, 40, just 40. So we are waiting for another 20. So we are waiting for another 20. Okay, so far I have 47. 47, so we are waiting for another 13. All right, so we have 5 minutes past 2 p.m. Uh, my attendance is only 50 now, so we are missing about 10 students. Anyway, because it's already past our schedule, I will start the briefing. All right, so I hope you can see my slide. First of all, yeah, just for your information, okay, just for your information, KA 32502 is geotechnical engineering course, and there are two lecturers for this course. Beside myself, we also have Dr. Habib, but Dr. Habib will be helping you in analyzing your data. Okay, so Dr. Habib will be focusing more on analyzing your data. Okay, so the subject KA 35201, meaning that this is a 1 credit hours only. So 1 credit hours only, you only spend about 1 time per week for this course, only 1 credit hours. Yeah. However, it is compulsory for everyone, and it is compulsory for those who have taken Geotech 1 and Geotech 2. Okay, who have taken Geotech 1 and Geotech 2. If you remember, in Geotech 2, you have done some of the tests. So basically, in this Geotechnical Lab 1, you have covered almost 80% of the tests. You've done almost 80% of the tests, lab tests. So it is very, very easy for you, actually. Yeah. Okay. So what is Geotechnical Lab? Geotechnical Lab is doing tests in the lab. So conducting soil testing with the purpose of determining the physical properties of soil. Yeah, with the purpose of determining the physical properties of soil. For most project, it is required during site investigation stage. Okay, so geotechnical lab is required during the site investigation stage. Why? Because whenever we are designing something, or whenever we are constructing something, we need data from soil testing. Yeah, we need data from soil testing. Therefore, it is important for geotechnical engineer to conduct the test and to obtain the parameters. Yeah. So this is a fundamental information. This is important information in soil mechanics. Okay. So everyone must be able to conduct the test, must be able to obtain the data, must be able to analyze the data, and must be able to interpret the data for use in their civil engineering works. Okay, so this is the basic content of geotechnical lab. Okay, whenever we are doing all of the tests, we must follow certain standard. We must follow certain standard, and common standard that we use in the lab are either British Standard BS or ASTM, American Standard Testing Materials, or Malaysian Standard MS. These are some of the standards. If you are doing other tests that using different standard, you must mention them. Okay, you must mention them so that we can see whether the standard is used is suitable or not. Yeah. So all of the tests, basically, you have learned of some of the theory during Geotech 1 and Geotech 2. You are already familiar with the theory. So that is why I don't want to focus on the theory, because you have read, and you have learned the theory during Geotech 1 and Geotech 2. Okay? The textbook that I will be using, include 5 of the following. Yeah. But I focus more on number 4, Liu and Jack E. Event. Okay, so this is the same textbook that I use for Geotech 2. So if you can, you can Google this textbook and you can read through the manual. Okay, especially number 1, Raja Emdas Lab Manual. Also, for you, I have prepared new lab manual, so you can obtain them online, available on ITEL. You can also print them. Okay, you can also print them. That just like I did. What I did was, okay, if you can see, I have printed the manual. So the manual is available on ITEL. But if you do not want to print, you just want to get the copy of this one, this is also available on ITEL. So you can get this manual from our ITEL. Yeah. What are the outcomes? Okay, what are the outcomes and how are they being assessed? Okay, how are they being assessed? Basically, there are 4 outcomes for this course. Okay, there are 4 outcomes for this course. The first one is you should be able to evaluate, analyze, and interpret experimental data and explain the properties and characteristics of the materials. Now, this is course outcomes number 1, assessment or analyzing problem. These course outcomes will be assessed through final tests. So, in this subject, you have final tests. Okay? In this subject, you have final tests. Usually, we will conduct the test during week 14. Yeah? So, week 14 is 30% of your marks. Final test. Okay? So, some of the students, they focus on what you call it? Final report only. No. Yeah? If you focus on final report only, you are not going to get A. Yeah? You must focus on the theory and the analysis as well in order for you get the 30%. So this is your course outcomes number 1. Course outcome number 2 is investigation. Meaning that you should be able to conduct the lab and you should be able to write them and discuss the findings. For these course outcomes, you prepare PBL report, 40% of the marks, and you prepare presentation in poster, 10%. Okay? So 50% accumulated. Okay? Number 3, you must follow ethical principle, and you must follow lab regulation, and you must follow lab rules. In order for you to do this, you have to report weekly. The form for you to complete the report is available on ITEL. So every week, you have somebody in your members must submit the report. Yeah, I'll be compiling them and giving them 10% of the marks. The report, I will show you later how it look like. Yeah, very easy. Okay, lastly, you must work as a team. Whenever you work as a team, there are peer evaluation. Yeah, there are peer evaluation. So report, progress report 10%, and peer evaluation 10%. So you have a total of 100%. So you can see here, yeah, TBL report 40%, group peer evaluation 10%, poster presentation 10%, progress and ethical report 10%, and final test accumulated for 30%. So meaning that you have to do well in all in order for you to get A. Yeah. Make sure you attend all of the briefing and attendance of all of the tests and so on. If you do not have, if you cannot attend, please make sure you have medical certificate. Otherwise, you are going to get mark penalty. Yeah. And make sure you follow all of the rules, lab regulation. Okay. Include proper attire, include cleanliness, include safety regulation. Yeah. If you break any of the rules, you get mark penalty. Okay, mark penalty. I think this one is easier than Geotech 1. In Geotech 1, you have to do a lot of the tests because of the requirement. But this one, it is pretty streamlined test. Yeah. Okay. So the weekly progress and report available online. This is how it look like. The form is available online. Every group, I've already divided you into 8 groups. Yeah. Every group, they need to submit this report once every week. Group to submit 1 report every week, updating me. Very easy, no worry. You don't have to write anything. You just tick, 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 and submit. Okay? The progress report is easy. You just tick and submit. Only 1 person per group can submit. Representative of the group. Not everyone. Only 1 member. Yeah? Either your group leader or assigned person can submit weekly. Yeah? All right. This is the second part. Okay? The first part, if you look into the report, the first part is progress report. Yeah? The first part of the weekly report is progress report. For example, week 1, week 2, until week 14. Until week 14. There are 2 lines, the yellow line and the red line. The yellow line is to show what you plan. So this week, what you have to do among your group members is plan and fill up the yellow part, the plan. Okay? Fill up the yellow part, which are the milestone for this proposal report. This proposal report is a brief one. Soil sampling, lab work, data analysis, result interpretation, final report preparation, poster preparation, and report submission. This is for weekly progress. Every week you update here. Your actual progress, you highlight with the red one. Yeah, you highlight with the red one. Okay. All right. Then the second part here is the ethical compliance report. Did your group members follow all of the regulation? You can say yes or no, but I will cross-checking this with lab staff. I will cross-checking the information that you provide here with the technical or science official in the lab. Whether you wear proper attire, follow the lab rules, maintaining safe area or environment, whether you clean or you put in designated place or you report everything to the lab assistant, I will double check your information with the lab assistant. Yeah, this is part B of the report. Okay. Next one, you can see is the timeline. So here's the timeline. Today's briefing and grouping. Today's briefing and grouping, and then next week, your group need to submit proposal. What should be in the proposal? Very easy. Only 5 pages, only 4 pages. The proposal is only 5 pages, 4 pages, sorry, 4 pages. 1, you complete the borang, the form A, okay, the one that I show you just now. 2, you identify your proposed site. 3, you list the experiment. And 4, prepare the research methodology framework or the flow chart. The flow chart, yeah? So this is easy. This is what you have to submit by next week, yeah? Then, on week 3, you start with the lab work. And then after that, you can do consultation and preparation. Okay, for consultation, you have to meet Dr. Habib and myself. You have to show the data to Dr. Habib and myself. Yeah. Then you prepare the report and present, and lastly, you submit the final report. So very easy like that. Yeah, very easy. Okay. What is your project this semester? What is the question project? But before I explain the project, I'll show you the group members. I'll show you the group members. Here are the group members. Here, group number 1, number 2, and number 3. Okay, group number 1, number 2, and number 3. So here are the group members. Okay, here group number 4, number 5, and number 6. Number 4, number 5, and number 6. Okay. And here, group number 7 and group number 8. Just for your information, if you miss your name, you can go to ITEL. The grouping is also available on ITEL. Yeah, the grouping is also available on ITEL. So you can check on ITEL. All right. What you have to do this semester? We change the project, PBL project for geotechnical every year. So this year, your project is land reclamation project. Land reclamation project for constructions of boat pier. So what is boat pier? Boat pier is something like this. Okay, boat pier is something like this. Okay, this is your project. Construction, land reclamation project for construction of boat pier. Okay, so if you construct boat pier, you have to do some land reclamation or backfilling. So you need to get soil for the backfilling. Yeah. Now, this is the question. Okay, to boost tourism, the authority, the Sabah authority is planning to construct a boat pier near Taman Awam, Teluk Likas. If you remember, there is a roundabout near Masjid Bandaraya. So that point, yeah, that particular point, yeah. So what is a boat pier? A boat pier is a raised rigid structure extending from shoreline over water and supported either by pillars or piling for boat access for leisure. Okay, so there are many tourists coming. So there is a request, or there is a potential for increasing the tourism by constructing the boat pier. Yeah? So to construct the structure, minimal, so only a minor project, yeah. Minimal land reclamation is required. Land reclamation for the sea is the process of creating new land by filling in coastal water, shallow reef or seabed using material like sand, rock, and soil, or by draining wetlands. So these are the materials needed, okay, to construct the boat pier. Yeah, these are the material needed to construct the boat pier. Okay, so in order for the construct, they need to landfill some part of the area. Yeah, therefore, they need you to find the material for the backfilling. They need you to find the material for backfilling. You need to propose location to obtain the material for backfilling. And the requirement for site in the area is given in table 1. This is the engineering requirement. First one, you have to find the site for obtaining material. So they only need not a lot. Okay, only small minor projects. So they don't need a lot. Yeah. So the requirement is size, distance, classification by USCS, classification by ASHTO, natural moisture content, pH, specific gravity, organic content or LOI, compaction, mobility, shear strength, and consolidation. These are the requirements for the material. Okay? Meaning that you have to find a site, you have to collect cell sample from the site, and you have to conduct the test to see whether your site is suitable or not, recommended or not as the site for the particular project. Yeah? How do you know? By comparing with the requirement from number 1 until number 11. Okay? Number 1 until number 11. So, as a geotechnical company, this is your requirement. Yeah? A geotechnical company, this is your requirement. As a geotechnical company assigned to the project, your team is required to propose a location. Okay? Your team is required to propose a location to obtain part of the material, not all of the material, yeah? Only part of the material shown in table 1. Maybe they required other material, but the other material is different properties compared to table 1. Yeah? Your requirement is shown in table 1, meaning only part of the material lah. Okay? So what you have to do is you conduct the test, necessary test for the site soil in the location, and you need to report, and you need to write the report whether the site is highly recommended, or not recommended. What is highly recommended? Highly recommended means that the soil in the location that you propose fulfill more than 80% of the requirement in table 1. More than 80% of the requirement means that it is highly recommended. Yeah. If only 50 or 79% fulfill, so the site you can report as recommended. Yeah. If less than 50, meaning that the site is not recommended as proper site to obtain the material in table 1. Yeah. So very easy. Conducting the test, check whether fulfilling 80% or not. Fulfilling 50 or 79% or fulfilling less than 50%. So that is your recommendation. Yeah. Okay, so this is your grouping. I already show it to you. This is your grouping. I'll show it to you. This is your grouping. I'll show it to you as well. Okay. Therefore, your task this week is what? Yeah. Your task this week, submit proposal, maximum 5 pages only. Maximum 5 pages only. Complete the milestone in the form I showed to you just now. Complete the milestone, highlighting yellow and percentages. Yeah. Identify site, meaning that you have to get Google Map. Identify site where you want to collect your cell sample from. Okay. 3, list the experiment. Very easy. Already available in the weekly report. Already available. Just copy down the experiment. Okay. Then prepare the flow framework chart. What you have to do first and so on. Yeah. This one need to be submitted by week 2, by next week. Yeah. So very easy task. Next week, then you start you start your test by next week. Yeah. For this week, next week you only start submitting the report. Yeah. Okay. Closing note. In conclusion, please refer to the instruction when you need consultation, meaning me and Dr. Habib. When you want to do lab work, you have to book with Mr. Julius. Make sure you follow the lab safety regulation. All of the course materials available on ITEL. If you cannot attend or you miss anything, you must submit your MC. And please make sure, this is important, each lab members contributed equally because you are going to do peer evaluation at the end of the semester. Yeah. Make sure contribute equally. Okay. And lastly, attendance is available. So I'll show it to you right now. I open now with question and answer. If you have any question to me, you can ask now. Thank you. That's all. Any question? Okay. I assume.
Hello, Dokter.
Question.
Dokter. Hello.
Ada soalan? I cannot hear you.
Ya, ada soalan.
I cannot hear any questions. So kalau ada soalan, you can message me. Oh, Marianne, you have any question? Ada soalan? No question.
The site for sampling is first come and first serve, right?
Look like somebody want to ask something tapi tidak dengar. So you can WhatsApp me if there is anything because I cannot hear your question. I think I'll stop by now. Next week, we are going to have briefing also on same day on Tuesday. Next week, we have another briefing next week Tuesday. So please make sure you attend the briefing as well. Okay, that is all. I assume no question. Thank you very much for attending our briefing today. I'll see you guys again next week. If you have question, you can also